Hey, welcome back to Score on Business. So, Jeff, in the time we have remaining, let's talk a little bit about making the prototype, and then also, whether together or separate, you all did a Kickstarter campaign and you raised the amount of money that you asked for. So tell us about those two things.
Yeah, sure. Two-part question there. The prototype part relates back to one of my previous answers about not being afraid to fail.
Yeah.
We've built a few iterations of tablet table. We're now in an injection molding process, and of course every new design brings a lot of excitement and energy, and then we finally figured out this problem or that problem, and you know, this is where we always find a new problem. Every solution brings a new problem, and so we haven't been afraid to fail, and we've been through several prototype iterations. We're on version 3 of the tablet table, and I think we're on design revision number 12 now.
Okay, so how were you, especially earlier on, how did you actually get the prototype made?
Yeah, we found shops that would make it. The first one was a vacuum formed shop out of Chicago that made the initial one. This is actually an injection mold shop in China that made the bottom two parts. And since then we've worked with some other firms locally to build some more custom parts inside of there.
And so one thing you've said several times I really like is it's kind of fail quickly, fail forward. There's a saying which I just butchered, but you know, nothing is perfect.
That's right.
At first, and you have to keep working with it. And so, what are a couple of tips maybe for folks who need to do prototypes that don't want to break the bank doing it?
Yeah, you know, we found some interesting workarounds, I guess, that'll save us some money. We had 3D printed some of the smaller parts, and in this next version we have one more design round we're going through to make it a bit smaller. We're actually taking the model and we're going to cut it in half and have half of it manufactured in a 3D print shop and the other half manufactured in a 3D print shop and then glued together so we can make so that'll cut down on some of our costs. We won't have to have it CNC'd in China or locally. We can get it real quickly through these 3D print shops and kind of a little shortcut to test the parts to make sure they work right.
So you had a successful Kickstarter campaign. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking. It was hard, and actually that relates to one of my other answers from earlier as well about finding outside motivation and help. We had a goal that was fairly low, and I had some trouble with the Kickstarter, asking my friends and family for money. You know, asking people for money I found it to be hard, and I probably would have quit the first week because I just I felt bad for asking for money so often. And we had a great marketing support person, Anna Astute of Astute Communications. She kept us going, and she really did push us right through to our goal and helped us raise that money. She was great backing us up.
So, do you? I'm a real fan of starting as an entrepreneur part-time. So do you envision that this could ultimately be a full-time job for you, or is this something that maybe you're going to license it or whatever?
Yeah, that's probably what I will do is license it after a while. I want to build it up. I really want to see it work for people like Hannah, my niece who has cerebral palsy. I see the benefit when they use it, and I really want to make sure that market is covered. And the healthcare market and the education markets are probably where we're going to have the greatest revenue. Though I want to make sure the individuals get the product. So I'm going to really push to save that part of the business and do that while I will likely license the intellectual property that we have in it.
Okay. And so it sounds like you have a career that you enjoy and you don't want to quit doing that, and license. You get it the way it needs to be, and then you license it and.
Yeah, build a market for it and license it, and I like my job and I'm good at it, so I'm going to stick around doing what I'm doing with AMAC for sure. But in the meantime, this is a fun pet project.
I really appreciate what you all are doing to help those who are having a rough go of it.
Yeah, thanks, Pete.
Yeah, and you've really, I mean, that looks good.
It does. It's come a long way, and we're going to have start selling them this summer. So I'll sign you up for one.
Oh yeah. So do you see maybe any more Kickstarter?
I don't think so. I think we're done with that again. That was a hard month to get through. And
so will this be the the model, or do you envision other ones?
Yeah, this will be the full-size model. It rotates landscape and portrait mode, so
Okay.
the device can move. We also have a half-size model that'll be landscape only.
Okay.
So it'll be a bit smaller, and it'll fit easier on wheelchairs and
Okay.
desks. So
Yeah, but you've really laser focused on this one, getting it just right.
at the moment, get it right, and then we'll develop more inserts
Yeah.
for the product, whether it's like a Lego board or a whiteboard
Yeah.
or other therapy
Thanks so
tools.
much for being here,
Thanks,
Jeff.
Pete. Appreciate that.
Okay.